odd. We're going to be bringing you Alex again. You just saw him on camera. He's 4-1, but he's paired up at the moment with the top-seeded 3-2 player. That's Juston Case. So we're going to have to see who walks away with this win. Whoever does should win their way in, and then the other player, well, and if Juston loses, no. But if Alex loses, I think there's still a possibility. We're going to have to see how it shakes out.
Right. Yeah, possibility on tiebreakers for Alexander, but it's going to be interesting, right? You win, you're guaranteed in. You've got, this is our number 7 and number 8 coming in here. Alexander, our 7 seed coming into the final round of Swiss, and Juston, our 8 seed.
All right, so there's your matchup. We're going to be looking at the Battle of the Hans, battle for Hans supremacy here in Lubbock. We feel like we had one of these last time we were here. I don't remember. I know I had one of these in Austin last weekend. I don't know we had one of these.
Well, this is going to be classic for sure. The Han 1 versus Han 2, the Audacious Smuggler versus the Worth the Risk Han Solo from Shadows of the Galaxy. The deck right now that's really been tearing up the meta over the last few weeks, this Han 1 Yellow versus the Old Faithful, one of the best decks from the Legends of the Force meta, and Han 2 Blue Force. Alexander looks like he will be starting with the initiative in this match.
Yeah. Chat asking about the folks. 4-2 will make top 8. Yes, there'll be at least one 4-2 player will make top 8 here. The top 7 positions are all 4-1 or better here at the moment.
Alexander, I believe just passing there over to Juston. Yeah, Juston using the Han action ability, going up to 3 total resources, playing Bodhi, and discarding that Force Lightning out of Alexander's hand.
Alexander probably not super upset by that because now he has the opportunity to do shenanigans later on with Champion of Mortis.
Yeah, absolutely. Turn 2 for Alexander right away, going to use that Han action ability, playing the Itinerant Warrior for 3 resources, essentially getting a 4-2 unit with a shield token, and Bodhi Rook will deal the first base damage, 3 damage to Alex's base here.
I didn't realize, I didn't think about it that way, but you're right. That Itinerant Warrior played this fashion is essentially Shinhati, isn't she?
Right, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be another play for Juston. That Millennium Falcon, get out and push. The good old pilot Falcon loves to see some pilots and get bigger.
Han Yellow, no shortage of pilots.
No. It's a great point.
You even see some of these decks run the Mandalorian pilot out of JTL or possibly even Bo Shek.
Juston just laboring a little bit over this resource decision, but every decision so critical at this stage of the tournament because really these players, their tournament life at stake here.
Yeah, you don't think about it that way, but it's really the truth. Like the resource decision you make in this moment might end up being the thing that cost you your shot at the top 8.
Yeah, it's a great point. So the Itinerant Warrior taking out Bodhi Rook, and now we're going to see the Itinerant Warrior bounced back to Alexander's hand with Cunning. And +4 to Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, I'm kind of not sure why Juston did that. It feels a little strange knowing that he's just going to replay it and then be able to heal off of it as well. He does end up gaining some damage.
Maybe the thought process here is I don't want to have Itinerant Warrior plus, say, a Poe Dameron.
No, that's fair.
Right?
Like, no, yeah.
Force him to replay the Itinerant Warrior, which isn't as threatening. That
True.
certainly could be the thought process there. But nevertheless, Juston has the initiative. He's dealt 7 damage. He's going to go back to 10 here with the Millennium Falcon. Beautiful thing about Owen, he's not dealing any damage, but he's able to restore. He has Restore 2, as he was played for free last turn with that Han action ability.
Yeah, he's so annoying that way.
Down to 8.
He just taps and heals 2, just like the old Moisture Farmers back out of set 2. And well, there you go. There's modern Moisture Farmer.
Itinerant Warrior going to Juston's base for 4. Alexander getting the force token once again.
They
As
haven't
Han Solo
updated the
leader is
tokens on.
deployed. There's Jared Emway.
Yeah. Ooh, is that Depa?
Yeah, Depa Balaba coming out a 6.57
Nice.
with ambush and saboteur, going to take out Jared Emway.
Depa's one of those cards that I always never understood why she just didn't seem to catch on in Legends of the Force. And I think a lot of it has to do with just how weak Cunning Hero was overall, or just Cunning in general was overall out of that set. But man, I think now that you're seeing a lot of stuff coming back in terms of Cunning Hero, that you're going to see a lot more Depa, because that's still a really good card.
Absolutely. Great ambush option as Han dealt some extra damage to Alexander's base.
Well, I mean, ambush and sab,
damage.
right? So she can even look at your saboteur and be like, you know what, this other thing on your side of the board is almost dead. I'm going to ignore your saboteur and ambush the thing that I really want to kill.
Juston with the initiative here. Threatening. Plenty of damage. You do have 3 damage on each of the ground units. Alexander poised to make some good trades here.
Yeah, you've got to believe that whoever doesn't attack in the ground arena is immediately going to eat Itinerant Warrior to the face.
Yeah. Itinerant Warrior was replayed, has the shield token back on it, can very effectively defeat one of these ground units. $12-4 right now, the damage total in favor of Juston, and it's going to be a second copy of Cunning. Cunning can certainly change the math in races. +4 to Millennium Falcon, Han Solo leader unit, and the Itinerant Warrior exhausted. And now entrenched onto Millennium Falcon.
Brutal.
Falcon with +4 power will not be attacking base.
Brutal.
Han gets in for 4 at 16 damage on Alexander's base, but what a response to the extremely threatening Millennium Falcon.
What a great play by Alexander, timing that exactly right. You know, the advantage of being on the initiative there in Justin's position, able to take the Cunning, pick the units you want to exhaust, kind of dictate the flow of the turn. And Alexander's like, you buffed it? Fine. It can just take a nap and not bother me anymore.
Yeah. Entrenched has been so effective for Alexander over the last couple of feature matches that he has been seen in here. It's stopped the stolen AT hauler in its tracks in the last match, and now going to stop that Millennium Falcon for the time being as well.
These Han2 blue decks do something really interesting that I think I just realized is that they don't play space units like at all. They focus on using Grogu or other shenanigans to destroy or lock out space units rather than just attacking them directly by playing into the space arena at all.
It's a big play there with that hotshot blaster onto Depa. 7 damage going into Alexander's base, brings him up to 23, will claim the initiative. The Falcon is locked down currently, but still has to find a way to stabilize this ground arena.
Yeah, Justin way out in the lead, but Alex absolutely has to claim there. Depa's lethal. He's got to have an answer for that unit on his first action, or the game's over. And he's got many. I mean, Depa can be killed by a couple of different things in the ground arena.
Scary spot still for Alexander. You've got an answer for Depa, but the problem is if you just answer Depa here, any pump on that Han, Surprise Strike or Hotshot Blaster finishes the game.
Yeah, you're down into that range, right? These yellow decks are really good at, once you're there, they have all kinds of threat. Is it a blaster? Is it a Surprise Strike? Who knows? But whatever it is, it's not going to be enjoyable if Justin's got it in hand. Or in the road, depending on the blaster.
Yeah. It's a great point. Alexander may very well just be in a position where he has to hope the pump isn't there. Itinerant Warrior will take out Depa Balaba. Let's see. Does Justin have one of the pumps available to the Han leader unit?
Doesn't look like it. I feel like it would have windmill slammed it already.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's 4 to base, 1 HP remaining for Alexander. Alexander not out of this game just yet.
Juston now in the
We saw
uncomfortable.
this earlier.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Wes. No, I was just going to say we saw this earlier in a match where we had 1 life left on the base, and that player was able to storm back.
Yeah.
Can Alexander do the same?
He's got the possibility, right? The cards exist in his deck to allow him to get back in. I think a lot of it is going to depend on what card Juston comes out of his hand with here. He's got to present another threat to Alex in order just to have another something else. Like a space unit would be great. A fast Falcon here would be awesome. Obviously, he doesn't have it, or I think we would have seen it already. So it's a question of, what does he have, and how's he going to navigate it? You have to believe that Justin's Han Solo leader will not survive the turn.
Yeah, that's a great point. Oh, look at this. Cantina Bouncer going to send Poe Dameron quick to improvise back to Alexander's hand. That was the big threat. So the big threat dealt with.
So
Alexander
now,
did heal a couple more damage with Owen.
So now what gets interesting for Alex is the math starts to work against him. He has a 4-3 Han leader and a 3-5 Cantina Bouncer in the ground arena, either of which can end the game on one action. He's got to find a way to clear both of them before his turn is over, because if Juston claims here, a single attack will end the game.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And only has Grogu and the Han leader unit ready. We're paying a lot of resources. It's Luke Skywalker coming out. When played, will take out the Han leader unit. Juston claims, and now Grogu moving damage over to the Bouncer, and the Han leader can take out the Bouncer without being defeated.
Yep. Got to find a way to get there, and he does indeed find a way.
And what other way would it be, Wes, than Luke Skywalker, the Jedi Knight, has been so good, such a staple card ever since this game released. And it could be coming in clutch once again here for Alexander.
I think for me what's interesting with Luke is his evolution in the game, right? In the first set, Blue Hero was not widely played. There were some people that experimented with it. There was a lot of Cheer at Tarkentown decks back in the day that used the card, and it was available, and it was pricey because it was a legendary, but it wasn't widely used. But as the game has gone on, and Blue Hero has developed more leaders, better tools, better cards to pair with it, he is everywhere now and so good. Ooh, we're using Han's ability this late?
Yeah, Han action ability.
What is Juston cooking up over there?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Left with just 1 card in hand, up to, I believe, 9 ready resources. Owen Lars healing 2 yet again, down to 23 damage on base for Alexander. Here's Kira taking a look at Alexander's hand. Look at this. Crate Dragon, Anakin Skywalker, and Force Lightning.
The Force Lightning doesn't get you very much right now if you're Alexander, but the other two are big threats that Juston has to at least consider, I think.
This is extremely interesting.
He called Anakin there.
Pointed at Anakin.
Yep.
Yeah.
He called Anakin.
So Anakin would cost 9 right now for Alexander. Luke going to immediately take out Kira, restoring 3, and now Anakin can be played at the normal cost of 6 yet again. Tech is being smuggled out here.
Now we understand the resource play, I think.
Yep. Alexander very close to stabilizing completely here. Grogu's going to send 2 damage over to Tech. Han will finish it off yet again. The Han leader plus Grogu tag team doing some serious work.
Grogu again.
And here comes the windmill slam of the dragon. Crate Dragon down. And I just don't know if Juston can close this one out. He's going to scoop it up, and Alexander had 1 life remaining, and he has come back to take game 1 in a win-and-in match in round 6.
Wow. That's a little wild that we've seen that twice today. Players get all the way to a single
Indeed.
HP and yet find a way to claw back in. Both times, I think, on the back of Luke Skywalker, right? That restore 3, the big swing.
Yes.
Just nutty to see that more than once in a day, and yet here we are.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I believe that earlier match, it was Yoda Data Vault versus Han 1 Green, I believe. And it was just so close, and then Luke came out. The restore train started with Luke and Yoda, and the restore train started with Luke again here in round 6. And Alexander, in a similar spot, he won game 1 at the feature table in round 5 to then get sent to a game 3 by Will. Let's see if Juston can do the same as these players continue to fight tooth and nail for a spot in the top cut.
It's been fun to watch chat today because it feels like every match I've got people in chat rooting for people on both sides of the table, which is always fun to see. It's like being at a sporting match. So you guys in chat, thanks for being there and thanks for cheering on your players. This is awesome.
Absolutely love to see a ton of people joining us today. Thank you so much for joining us here for this live stream of the Planetary Qualifier in Lubbock, Texas. Been a smaller PQ, but nevertheless, it's been exciting, hasn't it?
Oh, man, I feel like sometimes, and we kind of touched on it earlier, right? The smaller events, I think, give people, they feel more free to maybe play things or try things they wouldn't take to a larger field. The larger the field, the more likely you are to run into the things that are expected in a given meta. But in the smaller fields, you might not. You could take something a little oddball and possibly make it a little farther than you would have anticipated. And it's been fun to see some of the creativity of the field today, right? We've seen Sabine Tarketown. We've seen Slymore Green. And some of those decks are fun to watch. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the creativity of the community after rotation. And a lot of these staple leaders that we've been looking at for a couple of years are finally gone.
Yeah, I think much of the community kind of echoes that same sentiment. Very excited to see a premier format without Han Audacious Smuggler, without Han Solo Worth the Risk, and Sabine, and so on and so forth. There's just been so many leaders that have dominated for so long.
Yeah.
And I'm over the moon excited for rotation and seeing how the new format looks. Of course, we still have about another month of this format. We still have some more PQs, several more weeks of PQs. We've got the Milwaukee Regional coming later this month, February 20th through the 22nd. Lots of exciting things still in this meta and in this format, but the excitement's real. The hype's real, Wes.
It is, and I'm starting to hear rumblings. I haven't seen an official announcement from FFG yet, but I saw a post on Facebook a couple of days ago of, I believe it was a retailer or maybe one of the distributors out of the UK that was pushing adverts or whatever for an event that I think FFG was sponsoring over the course of February to kind of send off the first 3 sets of the game with some cool events and so on and so forth. And I'm looking forward to hearing more about that if that is indeed the case.
Yeah, that's extremely interesting. I have not heard that yet, so.
Like I said, it was something I saw in one of the Facebook groups, and it was very like, oh, my retailer or my distributor was talking about this, but I haven't seen an official announcement, and I'm curious if that's a thing that FFG is backing, or if that's just like a local thing that particular distributor or whatever is doing.
Yeah, not entirely sure, but nevertheless, it does sound exciting.
Yeah.
For this game 2, Juston taking a mulligan. Something that I wanted to mention, I didn't mention it last round, and I'm curious if it's going to happen here in this round. So in round 5, we had Cad Tarkentown up against Alexander here on this Han 2 Blue Force deck, and we saw Alexander lock down the Space Arena with Entrenched multiple times. We saw the same thing happen in game 1 of this match with that Entrenched locking down the Millennium Falcon at a crucial time. The Falcon had +4 power from Cunning. The question that I've got, do we see any upgrade hate coming in here, potentially trying to be maybe a blowout play where Alexander thinks he's got the space locked down, and then we see something like a Confiscate or something along those lines to take care of that Entrenched and then open it right back up?
It's a good question. I mean, we've reached a point in the game where confiscates at 1 cost are just amazing value in almost any deck you put them in. So if Juston had those in his main, it doesn't feel like he saw them. He certainly didn't see them last game. And if they were in the sideboard, do you consider bringing them in just for the entrenched? I don't know. I mean, blue has so many nasty things it can do between entrenched and perilous position and so on. So I'll have to play it out and see.
Here we go. Faith in your friends. Juston has it. It's the great turn 1 play that these Han 1 double cunning decks that they want to find. We're going to get a card. We're going to disclose the 3 cunning and 2 heroism aspect icons. It's Cantina Bouncer, Millennium Falcon, the Fast Falcon, and Rogue Operative to get a couple spy tokens here. And it's going to be none other than the Bothan spy tokens. We've seen these already on stream today.
Love these Bothan spy tokens from the Beatle event last fall. Such fun.
Absolutely. They do look great indeed. And look at this turn 1 from Alexander. It's Ogdo Bogdo coming out.
Speaking of things you don't want to see if you're Han.
Oh, that's going to start eating through these spy tokens.
Well, is it?
Healing up if he wants to.
Well, that's
a good point. He could just be aggressive.
Well, I was going to say, if he attacks the spy token, he doesn't take any. Oh,
an immediate sanctioner shuttle. We've talked about this a lot, Wes, and this is the turn 1 Juston wants. You find the faith in your friends, sanctioner shuttle, capture the turn 1 play on the opposing side of the board. And now the Itinerant Warrior coming down essentially as a 4-2 shielded once again. And Juston able to put 4 damage on Alexander's base. This is the way. This is the start for Juston.
Yeah, this is a much better start for Juston here, pushing some early damage, going a little wide, presenting Alexander with multiple threats. And that Ogdo, I was going to point out, attacking into a spy is not what an Ogdo wants to do because he doesn't take any damage in return. So he's going to heal, eat the spy, and then he can't ready.
Yep. Nope. That's a great point. And as soon as I said it, I thought about it too. And I'm like, nope, that's not right.
Yep. Good start for Alex, too, here coming in with a Kiadi Mundi to build his hand up.
Absolutely. Clearing out one of the spies. Sanctioner shuttle getting in for 2. Another 2 to base coming through with a spy token. So 8 damage on Alexander's base. Alexander at this point likely just claims unless he had an Owen. I do believe he did just claim. And we see the stolen AT hauler coming out for Juston. So now some real pressure in that space arena.
Early pressure here, exactly where Juston wants to be. I mean, he had all the pressure in the world last game and just couldn't quite close the deal. And there's that goofy entrenched again.
Look what is back, Alexander. This is his favorite play on these space units, that entrenched. I think we've seen this every single game on stream over the last couple matches.
I've come to the conclusion that they're just, and I haven't looked at the list, guys. I'm speculating, okay? But I have to believe that there is not a single space unit at Alexander's deck. I just don't think I don't think it's there.
Yeah, I mean, you may very well be right. We have not seen
one. We haven't seen one.
No, we haven't. The spy cleaned up. Getting in some damage. Another 2 damage. Sanctioner shuttle, 12 damage on Alexander's base. Here comes Han. Han is deployed. And it's going to be Juston using the Han action ability so that he could deploy here as well and have that big 5, 6, 7. You're right, I said it.
I see what you did there.
Yep. Oh, if my son heard me say it.
I was going to say, somewhere your son is cheering
you on.
Let me
tell you. 3 damage to base with Han. First base damage to Juston. It's another stolen AT hauler coming out. The Itinerant Warrior putting Juston up to 7 damage. But right now, the space arena once again growing. And Han solo, the Audacious Smuggler, is deployed. But Alexander has a Sentinel in the ground arena this time, playing the Chariot for 3 off that Han action ability.
I'm wondering if Juston is kind of starting to suspect that like I am, that Alexander's big weakness is the space arena.
Yeah, and here it is, Fast Falcon. We asked about it in the first game. We didn't see it when he would have needed it. He's found it here. Another 3 damage, and just like that, it's 15 damage on Alexander's base, and this space arena is really starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, basically, we're kind of close to a drag race here, right? You stay in your lane, I stay in mine, and we go race, Ricky Bobby. And yeesh, not in a good position for Alexander, already behind 10 HP.
Alexander does have the initiative, staring down a total of 9 damage in the ground arena, 9 in the space arena, 4 in the ground arena from Han.
Technically, Juston is presenting lethal if everything gets to swing.
The Itinerant Warrior starts working on the Han Solo leader unit on Justin's side, losing the shield token. And now Han just going to attack into Chirrut. Force is used, so Chirrut will not be defeated. Han, leader, got -2 power there.
Yep. Apologies. I forgot about the Sentinel, so technically not lethal because Han couldn't get through Chirrut. That's my mistake.
So Chirrut still on the board, putting Justin up to 10 damage on base. But now this is where the space arena starts coming into play. And at the moment, Alexander's not showing an answer. 18 damage on Alexander's base after the Falcon swings in. Solo, leader unit swinging for 3, 13 damage on Justin's base. Neither player flinching so far. We've yet to use any resources and play anything on this turn. But something important to note, Wes, is that Han leader unit on Justin's side able to attack did put him up to 7 total resources with that on attack ability. So we could see a big 7 cost play potentially on this turn.
It is possible. Have we seen the Reluctant Hero version of Han Solo out of Juston? We haven't. We saw it earlier in the day out of a different Han Yellow player, as I recall.
Yep. Yaddle coming out. Alexander getting a little bit of restore on the board as the shuttle attacking as well. Alexander down to just 4 HP remaining on his base. So the AT hauler is presenting lethal in 1 action.
Yeah, we're definitely drag racing now, and Juston, I mean, we could be looking at he could replace his fast Falcon. These are a lot of different ways, and he does.
Another Falcon.
Yeah, I was wondering if he'd done that, if he'd drawn into one.
Yeah, another Millennium Falcon piece of junk defeating the exhausted one. Now he has another ready Falcon that's presenting 3 damage, but with a pump. He's got cunning, and that will be the pump needed to close the game. We wouldn't have it any other way. We're going to game 3 to decide which of these players will find a spot in the top cut.
Oh, this is the kind of drama that I love coming to these events for, Josh, because you're down to literally it's going to be a winner-take-all game, right? Whoever wins is definitely locked into the cut. I think. I'm pretty sure by the time Justin's 4-2 and Press Breakers should put him at least in the 7 or the 8 spot.
Wow. What a fantastic match once again that we're being witness to. I tell you, these last couple matches with Alexander being featured here, wow, they have been some real nail biters.
Absolutely. It's interesting to me to also look back at the way that Juston chose to sequence that final turn, right? He had that cunning the entire time, but rather than telegraph a play, right, what did he do? He held it and let his opponent do things and spend resources, and then finally at the end of the turn, he came in with the cunning to ensure he got over the hump and had lethal that turn. And I think finishing the game that turn was a big deal, because I think if you let the game go one more resource, now you're going to be staring down the barrel of things like Luke Skywalker, and it just gets worse. Like, it just only gets worse from there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think it was very important to close it out. And that is such a great point on the sequencing there from Juston, holding on to that cunning and really just trying to outweight his opponent. He did just that. He had the other Falcon in hand, and it was exactly what was needed to get him across the finish line, utilizing the cunning in the Falcon brilliantly.
Go ahead.
I think you're right, man. I don't know about the confiscate, right? I mean, I just don't even know if he has time or if he's concerned about it. If he has any kind of upgrade hate obviously that entrench just seems to find its way onto one of those units every single game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't know if he's considering upgrade removal to be worth it here.
Well, some things to consider, right? Like Alexander's not going to make this mistake, but if you put an entrench on a fast Falcon, your opponent is likely to just let it come back to his hand and trash your upgrade. So if you're Alexander, you're having to make sure that you're targeting units that can't be bounced inherently. Then if you're Juston, you've got cards in that deck that you would traditionally use to bounce your opponent's units and play and get tempo plays against them. But there's nothing that says you can't use them on your own units. You could waylay your own AT hauler. You could waylay or cunning your own Fat Falcon back to your hand. But you've got to have the card. And I don't think obviously in game one, he never came up with one with the ability to pull that back. Or if he did, he'd made a different choice in terms of how he deployed it. So what I'm trying to get at is that with the bounce that Juston is likely to have inherent in the deck, I suspect that Confiscate doesn't make the list.
Yeah, I mean, you could absolutely be right. Just some way to free up the units from entrenched. But again, at this point, he hasn't needed it. He was able to close out game 2 without dealing with the entrenched as Alexander took the mulligan.
Juston looking like...
And Juston
sitting on a Faith, a Cunning,
yeah.
And a Blaster. He hasn't resourced anything yet. I think he's still debating keeping this hand. Alexander absolutely went for the mulligan there. He's got a Kira.
He definitely has the faith.
A Fast Falcon. He's got a Fat Falcon and a Fast Falcon. I think that's a pretty good hand. I think I would probably play that. Uh-oh. They're getting a judge ruling on something here. Oh, I do think. Go ahead.
Yeah, just gonna agree with you there. Quick call. It's looking like.
Yeah. But Chad agreeing. I'm with Chad. I think you keep this hand. I think you play this one. I'm not sure what you. Obviously, you resource the Blaster. I'm not sure what else you put down there, but I think with the space threats and the cunning in your opening hand, you're a fool. I think Alexander drew too many cards off the top of his deck. He drew too many cards. So that's a simple. Generally, if I'm reserves, that's a minor card error, and you get like a warning, and then your opponent gets to take one and shuffle it, throw it back in, and you have to shuffle your deck again.
Okay. So there we go. Simple fix. It looks like it was the Ogdo Bogdo that Juston says, I'd rather you not have that.
I mean, I think it's a pretty good choice.
So we've now got everything straight. Juston has resourced.
All right, big
Deciding
game 3 in-pound. Let's go.
Absolutely. Alexander has the initiative token on his side. Thinking through this turn 1 play, rethinking through his resourcing decisions here. Again, talked about it a little bit earlier, but everything's so crucial here, especially now in the deciding game 3. Every decision so important. We're going to see Yaddle, the opening play for Alexander. And it's going to be the Han action ability. Owen Lars coming out for free with the Han action ability on Alexander's side. And 3 ready resources for Juston is going to lead to that turn 1 Millennium Falcon piece of junk, opening up the damage in the first action phase. 3 damage to Alexander's base.
Not the faith in your friends opening, but I still don't think it's a bad one. And I'm pretty confident Juston still has a faith in there that if he wants to, he can lead into turn 2 here with.
Yeah, that is a good point. And, Juston really pivoted heavily into the space arena in game 2. Let's see if he tries to mimic his play from game 2 here in game 3, because he knows that the answers seem to be few and far between. No, ditching that faith in your friends.
Ditching the faith, yep.
Yaddle getting into Juston's base for 2 as Alexander restores 1. But here comes the Falcon. Alexander goes back up to 5, and then he'll restore 2. That's a lot of restore early for Alexander, restoring 3 between Owen and Yaddle as the AT hauler finds its way back out.
Yeah, I think Juston, obviously playing a lot of space units here early, I think he's going to have to find a way to get into this ground arena and deal with some of the restore shenanigans, or he's not going to get very far, even if he's racing up top.
Yeah, that's a great point. Grogu has found his way out into the ground arena. The second action phase for Alexander is going to be another quick attack with the fast Falcon. And look at it, air's entrenched. Alexander always has it.
Always has one of
He
these.
never does not have one entrenched.
It's crazy how often he has one.
The AT hauler going to be sitting there once again, not able to do anything while that entrenched is upgraded or is attached. Yeah, it's just so much restore here. We're going to see Waylay bouncing Grogu back to Alexander's hand.
It doesn't feel like a great use of Justin's turn, let's say. Maybe I'm being unfair, but I guess maybe that's just what he's got, the best option he's got available to him, but it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, such a good point. Han action ability used as Juston gets another ready resource. But another 3 damage is restored from Alexander's base thanks to Owen and Yaddle. This is, if I'm Alexander, I love the way this early game has panned out.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Because Juston just holding on to that Millennium Falcon. He did use the Han action ability, so the resource that he would exhaust to keep it in play is defeated. And it's going to get in for 3. Back to 6 damage on for Alexander.
Yeah, Justin's, this Falcon's swinging every turn, but he's just not he's not making real headway here, right? It's, he's dealt 3 and then Alexander will restore 3. And so basically the only damage that's stuck so far is the first 3 the Falcon landed in turn 1, and that was a while ago now.
Yeah, I mean, Owen and Yaddle completely mitigating Millennium Falcon even being in play right now.
Pretty much.
We do see that Han action ability being used for Juston. He's up to 6 resources, and he does go ahead and deploy his leader.
Captain
and look at
Rex.
Captain Rex coming out for the first time. We haven't seen Alexander play Captain Rex over the last 2 matches, but now it comes out, and it has Sentinel. Yeah, you're right.
Whoa.
A 7/5 Sentinel. Whew, great day.
Didn't even know he had that in the deck. We've never seen one until this moment after all the games we've seen with Alex these last 2 rounds.
That is not the card that Juston wanted to see. I guarantee you that.
No, it isn't. I guarantee
you could see it.
Yeah.
The hands onto the head for Juston. He knows this is a tough spot. Yeah. Han is going to deal 4 damage to Captain Rex, but the Han leader unit is defeated as he does go up to 7 resources, though, which is important.
Yeah. That's a hell of a thing to spring on your opponent in game 3 of a match. Oh, by the way, did I forget to mention, casually mention my 6-drop 7/7 Sentinel? Here he is, my bad.
And now Alexander going to take the lead in the damage race. 7 damage on Justin's base. We do see Han Solo, reluctant hero, coming out. Will ambush Captain Rex and not take any damage back, but Captain Rex certainly did its job.
Yeah. Bought all kinds of time, and then all of this restore just adding up once again for Alex.
Yaddle able to put 2 more damage on Justin's base. It's 9 damage on Justin's base. Alexander restores back down to 3, and Grogu moving some damage here onto the Han Solo reluctant hero, which will have 4 remaining HP.
Justin's going to get 1 good swing out of this Han. You want to swing at the base, but can you even afford to? You could take out your opponent's leader and force them to expend other units into your Han to get rid of it in the ground arena. But, man, that just feels like a holding action. You're not making forward progress. You're just staying where you are.
The upside to that play would be the fact that you turn off the Han action ability for Alexander this turn.
Yeah, it prevents him from hitting you with like a Luke this turn for example.
Right.
So that definitely has some value. You're not wrong.
Yeah, and with Grogu ready to go, any of these units that get played from that Han action ability are set to be fully healed on the next action if Alexander wanted to.
Justin's face kind of telling the story here, you know?
Yeah.
Just not, this game 3 not going at all like he thought it would or like he planned.
It is going to be Han Solo. Some Han on Han violence here.
Mm-hmm.
Han, reluctant hero, taking out Alexander's leader unit. And here comes Mace Windu. The 6/6 with Overwhelm, Force used, 4 damage to Millennium Falcon. Falcon is defeated. Juston is going to play Tech, but that is a very big threat for Alexander.
Again, we haven't seen the Mace at all in any of the games we've seen Alexander playing, but boy, is it impactful here. Again, taking that direct damage to clean out the threats in the space arena that he hasn't been able to lock out.
How good has Grogu been thanks to Grogu
brutal.
being on the board, transferring the 2 damage from Owen onto the reluctant hero, Yaddle making the trade, and now Alexander has fully healed back down to 0 damage on the base. Spectacular.
Yeah. Juston now, I think, in a position where he's essentially top decking, right? Just trying to draw something that's going to get him back in this game. Now, Tech on the board. He's on the button. That's going to give him options. His entire row is available to him, whatever it might be. We know he resourced that blaster early, but we don't know what else he might have stuck down there in the interim. But man, this begins to feel like an unsurmountable hill to climb with all of this restore, just keeping Alexander in the game for this long.
Yeah. Juston going to pay 3, it looks like. Oh, no, we're going to pay 4. Okay, we're smuggling here, paying 5. Smuggling that spare the target. Bouncing the mace back to Alexander's hand. Again, that's thanks to Tech, giving every one of Justin's resources smuggle plus an additional cost of 2 resources, so I had to pay 5 total for the spare the target. Mace is going to come right back out. Force used, 4 damage to Tech, so Tech could just be taken out by Grogu if Alexander chooses to do so.
Sparga Rebellion. Luke, Itinerant Warrior, and Force Lightning. Yeah, the Luke has got to
Pretty
go.
easy choice there.
Pretty easy choice there, indeed.
Easiest choice of the day for Juston.
Just about, I think, yeah. And you're right. Grogu swings in for his point, and there we go. Chat's,
Once again, we go to another action phase. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Wes.
No, I was going to say, chat's been commenting about how they think that Juston had that opportunity. Alexander, with that little minor misplay, drawing too many cards off the opening draw. Juston able to go in and pick one to shuffle back into Alexander's deck. He chose Ogdo Bogdo. Chat basically kind of pointing out that maybe Yaddle would have been a better option.
Yeah, it's definitely fair. Yaddle just got so much value. We're going to see Mace Windu bounced back to Alexander's hand. Back-to-back turns here as Cantina Bouncer sends Mace back into Alexander's hand.
I always wonder about the wisdom of bouncing units that have really big, impactful when-played abilities. Right? And yes, are you slowing the game down? Yeah, you are. But your opponent's just going to smack you with it again, right? And like he's going to take 2 damage here, and then Alexander's going to play Mace and blow up this Cantina Bouncer. Oh no! Okay.
Wait a second.
Oh, he's not.
He's going to use some. He's going to play a Cham and an Itinerant Warrior.
Okay, interesting. He is going to use his.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't have to use his Force token because he doesn't have anything to heal.
Yeah. Yeah, fully healed, just putting multiple threats in play. But, as you mentioned, Alexander does still have the Force, and we know Mace is in hand, so at the very minimum, we know that Mace Windu is an option to immediately come in and impact the board right away again with that when played ability. Juston has the initiative, but Juston in big trouble here.
Yeah.
We're getting to the late stages.
I have no idea what he could have in this deck. Yeah, you guys can't hear him, but literally Juston just said, this sucks.
We feel you.
I mean,
we can fill it for you, Justin.
I
It's been a
suspect
tough one for sure.
if you've played Unlimited, we've all been in the seat where Justin is right now, staring down
Yep.
basically a very, I won't say impossible, but I'll say, let's say very challenging board position on your opponent's side of the mat going, I have no idea how I'm going to deal with this.
And again, I mean, we haven't even seen Luke hit the table, right? I mean, it was discarded. We haven't seen Luke. We haven't seen Crate yet. We're getting to the late stages where we know that Alexander is just so much better positioned with this particular deck in the late game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay. Justin's gonna play a cunning.
Cunning will certainly buy some time here. Let's see what options he chooses.
It's an interesting question. We're gonna exhaust a couple of units, and he bounced a third. See, I almost have to wonder if you don't consider bouncing your own AT hauler right there, but definitely not what happened, as Mace is going to come back and blow up that Cantina bouncer.
Hey, look, it's Confiscate, Wes.
Did he?
It's
really?
happened.
He had
He
it.
confiscates
Look
the
at
entrenched,
that.
so Stolen AT hauler is freed up.
Look
Might
at
be a little bit too
that.
late, but nevertheless, he's free.
Nah, wrong side of the board. But it does feel like it does feel like it came crazy late. It's interesting that he's got him in there. I mean, for one cost, I don't know why you wouldn't. At a minimum, you resource the thing if you don't feel like you need it.
Right.
Consider that the last, 3 rounds of the game has been just stall tactics. Everything has been just, fighting over the board and bouncing and exhausting, and very little base damage has been exchanged until that moment. Chat pointing out he can't bounce the hauler because it's not based on, I thought it was based on cost. They're reminding me it's based on power, which is correct. My apologies.
All right. Justin, once again, has the initiative, staring down still a very threatening ground arena. Alexander has ton of damage right now in the ground arena. Still, that Owen, how much damage has that Owen restored this game? It's been crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, I think if ever you want to see a game to example a real life example of why you should have murdered your opponent's Owen Lars, this game is it, right here.
Here comes Qui-Gon Jinn for Justin. This is a 7-5 with ambush. Going to ambush in trade with Mace. Now the question is, what unit are we choosing? It's going to be, it looks like Cham, I think, is where he pointed. So
Yep.
Cham will have to go on top or bottom of Alexander's deck. So a solid 2-for-1 play there for Justin as the Itinerant Warrior gets in for 4. 13 damage on Justin's base. AT Hauler, again, having the Entrenched taken off of it last turn with the Confiscate, getting in for 4. But Owen, my goodness, if someone's kept a counter, we're going to have to go back and watch how much Owen has restored in this game. It's been crazy.
As K2SO says, it's high. It's very high.
It's absolutely right. Another Mace. Force used, 4 damage, and now Grogu's going to heal and take the hauler.
This just
defeat
gets
it.
worse.
Alexander can now play it, and Ogdo. Oh brother. Justin just smiles. What else can you do? This game has just not went his way.
No.
And I think the writing is on the wall at this point.
Nothing on the board. Yeah, just brutal.
Justin has the initiative. No units in play. At this point, he is staring down lethal on Alexander's side. Cunning will once again buy some time.
Yep.
Exhausting Mace and Ogdo, bouncing that hauler back to Justin's hand.
Cunning can bounce the hauler. Yeah, okay. So we were right. We were right. Yeah, I think it's
Warrior getting the force back.
just going to be a whole bunch of face smashing. Justin didn't really have anything to play but the cunning.
Yeah, and now that AT hauler doesn't do anything to stabilize in the ground arena as Owen restores yet again. And keep in mind, Alexander's yet to even spend a resource during this phase.
That's crazy.
Here comes Cassian smuggled. That will be ready. Another 3 damage. It's 20 damage on Juston's base. And Alexander's going to play more into the ground arena. Itinerant Warrior fully healing the base.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
man. This is phenomenal.
For the second time in the match, he's cleaned every point of damage off his base. Second time in the game, excuse me. This is crazy.
Wow. Well, now 26 damage on Juston's base. 1 action for Alexander will finish it with 4 of these different units. Han Solo Reluctant Hero is going to come in and ambush one final time for Juston. Mace is defeated, but Alexander will swing for game with Ogdo Bogdo, and Alexander moves to 5-1, and he's advancing on to the top cut here in Lubbock.
They're still playing. What happened there? I could have sworn he swung with Ogdo, didn't he? What am I missing? Oh, yeah, what's happening?
I'm not sure either.
I don't know what they're doing exactly, but
I've lost track.
There's the fist bump.
There's the official fist bump.
I don't know what's going on here, fellas. As soon as Ogdo swings, the game's over, isn't it? That's
right.
All right.
I thought so.
I thought so
that
too.
Was it. I thought he had 26 on base. Maybe we counted wrong. Not sure.
Oh,
but,
my goodness
nevertheless,
gracious.
the game is over. Okay, so we were looking. I miscounted the number of 5s on the base.
Yep,
that's what it was. He was 21 on base, not 26. That's my apologies, chat. Doesn't change anything in the long run, but I jumped the game-winning call there.
Don't feel bad. I made the same mistake because I looked up and I thought Juston has 26 pips showing, right? Yeah, so I marked him up to 24 damage remaining, and then it was like, and then he swung with Ogdo, and I'm like, okay, isn't the game over? Wait, what? No, what? I don't know. Anyway, the end result was the same. He's still the same call. It's just like you said, a little early.